Today we've asked you to come and talk with us about Grassroots, what it is, and why it should be important to all of us. So do you want to take just a second to talk about what Grassroots development is?
Sure, absolutely. I have always been interested in politics since I was a little child and was always engaging my friends and trying to get them involved in one thing or another. And then eventually and I majored in politics also in college. And then when my son was diagnosed and everything just felt like it was turned upside down, I was trying to figure out how could I best contribute to back to the autism community to help propel things forward. And I had a career in sales and also had this affinity for politics and thought, if I merge the two of those together and find some good piece of policy to work on selling to politicians, then maybe we could start to move things forward. And that was a eons ago. Like he's 18 now, so this was when he was 16 years old. And what I've always believed and what I've always witnessed, whether I've been working on an environmental issue or working on autism issues or women's issues, is that when the people speak and when they speak in unison and when they speak loudly and persistently, things can change and things can happen. And I think a lot of times people in our country have a tendency to kind of bump along and not take advantage of the democratic process that we have available to us. And one of the best things about living where we live is that you can identify problems and develop a solution, hopefully a cost-effective solution, and then work forward from there to pass it through the legislature and change lives, not only for, in the case of our family, we didn't want to change just Liam's life. We wanted to use that as a vehicle to change Liam's life, but also change other people's lives. And in the process of finding other like-minded people over the years, all of that's eventually been very successful. And I work with a great team of people with Autism Speaks. We've got a dedicated team that kind of work around the clock. This is a big country, so we've got the Blackberries start going off early in the morning for people that are on the East Coast, and they keep going late into the evening. People who live in Hawaii and Alaska to try to make changes all the way across our great country. And the successes that we've been able to see in the autism community, especially over the last 7 years, has really, really been tremendous. Watching kind of this state march across the United States to achieve autism insurance reform. And while you have a good piece of policy and you can explain that with data and backup and getting your politicians engaged, the way that this really propels forward is when the regular average citizen decides that this is something that they want to work on and they want to push forward, and they take the time to do that. So without the community helping us push the boulder over the hill, I don't know if we would have gotten this far. It takes everybody working together and all of the things to come together as a team.